All right. Hello, NOAH. My name is Erik Voorhees. I am the founder and CEO of ShapeShift. All of you, especially after today, have heard of Bitcoin. But what you may not realize is that Bitcoin and its underlying blockchain technology have inspired an entirely new class of financial assets. We call these digital assets, or blockchain tokens. And while Bitcoin is the biggest, there are hundreds of them, with fascinating names like Ethereum and Gnosis and Omni. Most of these tokens will utterly fail to do anything interesting whatsoever, just like most startups. But some of them will actually become the decentralized platforms of tomorrow's economy. 3 years ago, the market capitalization of all digital assets was less than $5 billion. Today, it is over $100 billion. More than $3 billion of this stuff gets traded on global markets every day. These markets do not close, they do not rest, and they have no borders. Very much like the internet itself. And looking toward the future, the World Economic Forum estimates that by 2025, more than 10% of global gross domestic product will exist on blockchains. That means that just 7 years from now, this asset class could be worth more than $10 trillion. Why is this happening? This should not be a mystery. This is happening because with blockchains and tokens, society has finally figured out how to create, store, and transfer natively digital value. This is value that exists purely on the internet, and which is as frictionless and boundless as the digital information itself. So that's what's happening right now outside these walls. And for a world of natively digital value, a new kind of exchange was needed. ShapeShift is that exchange. ShapeShift is a platform that enables any human or any machine anywhere in the world to exchange any digital asset for any other. There are no dollars involved. There are no euros involved. There are no banks involved. There are no deposits. There are not even any customer accounts. And because we don't even have customer accounts, we don't even know how many customers we have, nor do we even know their names, which is helpful since many of them are robots and wouldn't have a name for us even if we asked. But this is important for a more fundamental and ethical reason. The customers of ours who are not robots are people. These people have families and lives. These are people who can be hurt when things go wrong. But because we don't take their personal private information, we do not endanger them. We do not expose them to the constant threat of data breaches and hacks that almost every other company on the internet has been doing for 20 years. We call this consumer protection by design, and we take it very seriously. And this level of consumer protection was impossible before blockchains. Indeed, because of this, ShapeShift is a revolutionary platform. It is the first financial exchange in history that does not require the trust of its users. ShapeShift is unique in not requiring trust. This is what we have pioneered. ShapeShift requires no friction. It requires no custody. And these concepts will become more common in the coming years, because this is how finance, proper digital finance in the 21st century, will work. It will be frictionless, and it will be without censorship. Now, why are we building ShapeShift? Simply, we believe that digital assets will someday be worth more than all analog financial assets combined. And we believe that these assets deserve to move around the world as gracefully as the digital information from which they're made. This will be a far more efficient and a far safer financial system than what we have today. And the market seems very ready and eager for this new financial future. ShapeShift was started in 2014 That first year, our customer transaction volume grew over 1,000%. The next year, we grew again over 1,000%. Last year, we only grew 491%. But this year, even though it is only June, we've already grown another 1,300%. Last time I was in Berlin, we were raising our Series A. It was December. We processed about $20 million of customer volume. Last month, we processed $210 million. This month, we'll process more than $300 million. I reveal these numbers not to brag about our growth, but to convey to you all, the esteemed guests of NOAH, that digital finance is happening. This does not mean a digital website stuck on top of analog finance. This does not mean banks, and this does not mean government fiat currencies. This means truly natively digital finance, built on blockchains and on tokens as the new foundational layer of global financial infrastructure. And our role at ShapeShift is to help build this new financial infrastructure. We're here at NOAH to reveal for the first time our new product in Europe. It's called Prism. Prism is a platform built entirely on Ethereum-based smart contracts. It allows a user anywhere in the world to create a portfolio of digital assets while maintaining complete control and custody of their own funds. It is arguably the world's first commercially available smart contract-based financial product. It works similar to a swap arrangement, except for one very important thing. It has no counterparty risk whatsoever. Think about that for 1 second. A financial contract with zero counterparty risk. This has never existed before. And this was impossible before blockchains. It is our hope that Prism demonstrates to the broader financial community the awesome power of open blockchain technology. This is technology that enables anyone in the world to connect, to build, to trade, and to innovate on an open, borderless financial system. And this is as important to the future of humanity as an open, borderless internet. And for the very same reason. Indeed, the former is just an extension of the latter. Without an open, borderless financial system, the internet itself, and thus human society, will never and can never achieve its full potential. We're here to make sure that it does. I want to thank you all very much for having me out here at NOAH. Again, my name is Erik Voorhees. I do own Bitcoin. I always will own Bitcoin. My company is ShapeShift, and we're building the fastest and safest digital asset exchange on Earth. Not for the analog financial world of yesterday, but for the digital financial world of tomorrow. Thank you.